Oh my God. This is the way we're going to do it. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, just the idiocy my camera is doing. Hi again, Ethan. Hi, Simo. Hi, Dundee Road. How are you? There we go. Okay. So we're trying this with my phone instead. Now, are you hearing me okay? Hey, Alan. I am doing great. Yeah, I just thought what the heck we'd pop on. Joyce and I finished our tours and travels for the day. So that's, it's really, we're having a great time. We just had a pizza. Yeah, you go to the UK, and so far our two dinners have been a burger and a pizza. So we're eating American here in the UK, but what the heck, right? So no, I'm doing this with my phone because my computer, the OBS on this laptop, did not like the signal I was putting out. So anyhow, let me greet everybody here. So excuse me, I'm still scrolling the screen here to see who's back here. So Simo is here. Nice to see you. Dundee Road, welcome in. And Alan at Dragon Junction, great to see you. Ray, Joseph Agliato, hey there. Ewan, the Growler, Dwight Curley, EFO, nice to have you. Let me see, Ethan Armitage, cool train layout. Ethan, I don't have a train layout showing today, dude. No, we haven't tried fish and chips. Almost did this afternoon, but we didn't. I'm not a seafood eater. That was one of my fears coming to the UK. I am not a seafood eater. I don't really like seafood at all.
Gotta be breaded and square.
So, yeah, it's got to be deep fried and square fish like you get at McDonald's. Hey, Stefan, Skal. I'm a lot closer to you now, Stefan. I'm a few hours closer to you. Jerry, the Class 8812, the Caledonian, nice to have you. Joyce is over here. She's hiding. Say hi to the people, Joyce.
Hi, people.
But Joyce is here. She hasn't, even though we did the Jack the Ripper tour, she has escaped unharmed, unscathed, as we would say. Well, you can get deep fried Mars bars anywhere south of the Ohio River. I don't have to worry about that from the UK. Man, in the south, you can get deep fried. I'm just moving things on the floor here, guys. We have a very tiny room. In fact, showing you Joyce was a tour of the room.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oops. Sorry about that. But yeah, here's our room. There's Joyce. Here's the bed. Here's me. That's the room. There's our luggage.
Sideways.
Sideways up. It's a tiny room. And it's all it is. It's a room. There's a little kitchenette that's group property because there are two other rooms on this floor. But this is what we got. But we knew this is what we were getting.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we knew we were getting it. Hey, St. Blazy, how are you? David Cook came in. Great to see you. Andrew March West. Nice to see you guys. So I got to make sure I'm talking to this camera because I keep staring at the computer. But I think from now on I can see some of the chat here. So Roger at St. Blazy is here. Hope you're doing okay. I know you've had some rough health here and just you're doing there. Hey, Carl Shield. Nice to have you here if I didn't say hello yet. But yeah. No trains, obviously. We've had our first experience. We haven't ridden a UK train yet. We've been riding the London tubes, and we've learned the system. Yeah, it's no different than riding subways anywhere else. The UK is huge. The UK, London is huge. I knew it was a big city, but we've been in the heart. We are literally on the border between the Elizabeth Docks. I think that's what they're called, or the Catherine Docks. I forget what they are,
Okay.
and Whitechapel. So we are in fact, the Jack the Ripper, the museum, is a 3-minute walk.
If that, yeah.
Yeah, if that, 3-minute walk up our street. No, we didn't pack a Z-scale. I don't have a Z-scale. We haven't even been to a model train shop. But this morning we went through the Tower of London because the Tower of London is a 15-minute walk.
It's also
10-minute?
Yeah, 10, I would say.
10-minute walk from where we're staying. So we did the Tower of London tour today. We went and saw the Royal Jewels. Joyce and I are probably going to offend all our UK friends here, but we went through a plane. We went through the Crown Jewels bit there, and it was cool, but not nearly as impressive as going through the Grüne Gewölbe in Dresden, which had the Saxon royal jewelry. That was a much more impressive collection. I hate to say it. I know Empress of India and all that with Queen Victoria, but we've seen much more impressive royal bits and bobs in Germany. I don't know how much time we have. Yesterday we were supposed to do, because we had bought reservations to do the get on and off bus tour, and they canceled it for our time period because of the Queen Jubilee. When we bought it, they weren't planning this big Jubilee celebration. I mean, they didn't have finite plans what they were going to do. What we've seen, we saw the jet flyovers, we saw the aircraft flyover. We were actually at Buckingham Palace yesterday, and yeah, London was packed.
Later.
London was packed.
It still is.
It still is, but not as bad as yesterday.
Well, we weren't in those places.
But yeah, you just had tons of people all in their gear, various forms. Hey, hi, how are you? Nice to see you again. Haven't seen you online in a while. Hope you're okay. So in London, we're only here. Tomorrow's our last full day. Yesterday was our first full day in London, and tomorrow's our last full day in London. We're only in London for 3 days, so there's a lot of, quote, tours that people say you should take. There's a lot of little, hey, you got to go see this, you got to go see that. And we don't have time for any of it. And again, just want to remind people, as much as you all know me from the Mile Trains, Tom Couples is here. How are you, sir? You visited Florida. Now we're in your country. But we're not here for trains specifically. We're here as a vacation, as just to see what we can. But let's see, how do I want to go from there? See, you're supposed to be helping me here. So we wanted to do a bus tour first and then go back and hit different things, but that got canceled. So yesterday we went and did our own walking tour. We went and saw all of Westminster Abbey, Buckingham Palace, which you couldn't get really good views of because they're just massive crowds, and security had it fenced off and blocked off. So you couldn't even go see what you normally see because they had all that blocked off for the officials, the big people. Hey, 156 Andrew, how are you? So yeah, we're quite, but we gave ourselves a whirlwind tour. Just hop on the subway, go up to the next point, get out, go look around. So, we saw Trafalgar Square. We saw Buckingham Palace, Westminster Abbey.
Big Ben.
Say what? Big Ben, the Parliament building, all that. We just walked around. Yesterday we walked over the London Bridge and just walked around that part of town for a bit. And today we only had 2 official tours on our schedule. We did the Tower, which was very cool. I love the Tower of London. Just the castle itself, the keep, the walls. Brilliant. I love that. Lot of cool things there to see, especially for me, a medieval military historian guy. Really love seeing all that. It was great to see. Obviously it's been rebuilt, but it was just very cool to see. We went through all the different parts of it. We spent close to 4 hours there.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, we went in at 10 and came out about 2.
This way we ended up with 20,000 steps when somebody was very tired.
And so we did that. And it was just really, really, really cool. Everybody, you gotta go see this, gotta go see this. There's so many things to see, and we're just not going to get to it. Tomorrow is our last full day in London, and we're doing Beatles stuff, because I'm a Beatle fan. And I know there's things, you gotta go see this, you gotta go see that. I mean, I would love to have gone to the Royal Art Museum, but we just aren't going to fit that in today, or this trip. Maybe we come back some other day and spend more time in London. Because we also just like to walk around neighborhoods and not go to all the tourist stuff. We like to just kind of get a feel for what life in the town we're visiting is like. So we also do that. But we went to, people are saying hi to you, Joyce.
Oh, hi.
So, before we came here, we already picked out what we both wanted to really see. And a lot of it is just to see from the outside, like Buckingham Palace. We don't need to go into a tour and see it. Just, hey, there's Buckingham Palace. We're cool with that. London was not top 5 things we wanted to see in the UK. Anything in London was not top 5. But I definitely enjoyed the Tower. We did a Jack the Ripper tour, which was wild. We did. We've got in fact, we've got 2. We've got a booklet, and then we got the map. But yes, no, this is the wrong map. This is a map of the tower, but we got the book on the tower too. But this is our map of the Tower of London. See,
The main book is in...
the little mini map. Oh, I don't know. But we studied the London Tube so we can get around from place to place. Yeah. So who just came in? Tim JD, how are you? Again, Joyce was over here hiding. I told her to come over here and sit, but she's being antisocial.
Okay.
There's room for you. See, right there.
On your phone.
Yeah. See where my hands are? That's where your head would be. The phone set, the camera works, dear. You could sit right here and talk to people. You could read the chat for me. Oh, I know Mackey stands for McDonald's. We try to avoid American fast food. Now, yesterday we ate at a restaurant called Slugs and...
It's a Slug and something.
The Slug and Grass, Slug and Lawn, something like that. Really weird name for a restaurant.
Yeah, not one you'd think would be good.
We figured at first it sounded like it must be a vegetarian restaurant, but it was the Slug and something down by the Tower Bridge. And I ordered a burger. They had a burger. We were trying to argue. Hey, Leamington Station. The Slug and Lettuce. That is it. Leamington Station knows it. That's right. It was the Slug and Lettuce. Hey, long time no see. Hope you've been well. Hey, Jackie. We are in Liverpool June 9th through 13th. June 9th through 13th. But yeah, the slug and lettuce. And actually a very good burger. Very good burger. I'm trying to see if I'm actually still broadcasting. Now we're getting the spinning wheels of death, so the Wi-Fi here can't handle it. Yep. Yeah, the Wi-Fi here. The only reason my phone was doing well was apparently I was using my 4G connection. And the Wi-Fi here is struggling. Although right now it's looking pretty good. And I'm back. Well, as long as I don't see the spinning wheel of death, I'll yak a little bit. Hi and bye. When are we in Edinburgh? We are in Edinburgh, June 17th to 21st. And there goes the spinning wheel of death. I can't win. Yeah, the internet here is just not strong enough for it. I'd have to go down to a lower latency. And I can't. So, anyhow, be that as it may, the meetup at York, that's a great question because I'm going to be at the entrance to the York Museum at 11 o'clock. The main entrance to the York Museum at 11 o'clock. A couple of things about what was going to happen inside fell through very last second. Hey, Nancy. Hello, Herb. A couple of things fell through very hard and I don't want to talk about it, but the special room we were supposed to have, we no longer have. And it was kind of, I just don't want to talk about it.
All right, we'll be there.
But we'll be there. We are at an Airbnb. We are at a little place on I don't know if the UK would call it Ensign Road, like we say in America, or Ensign Road, but it's spelled Ensign, like military rank in the Navy, Ensign. Literally, the Jack the Ripper Museum is a 2-minute walk out our door. It's right up the road. We would just walk out ours, walk up to the corner and turn left, and bam, Jack the Ripper is right. The Jack the Ripper, the museum. So we are a 10-minute walk from Tower Gate tube station or Tower Hill tube station. We're, at most a 10-minute walk from Tower Hill tube station. So real quick, while this is apparently still working, the flight was good. The flight was fine. A little bit of turbulence, but I hate flying. I really hate flying. So let's just kind of recap. So this is all related. And so let me tell you why this was a hassle and a half. But again, we're here. It was a happy problem. Nothing to worry about now. But a week before we were supposed to leave, my daughter, who was going to drive us to the airport, came down with COVID. And the airport we're going to was over the Canadian border, which meant she was ineligible to drive us. So all of a sudden, we've lost a driver. Then, all our bookings fell through. We're supposed to be on a plane Wednesday, and Tuesday, I'm trying to find places to stay. Everything we had set up, gone. So Tuesday, I had to book places to stay everywhere. London, Cardiff, Liverpool, York, all new bookings. And Hey, Mark, Kiwi Dave, how are you guys? Yes, we're touring the UK. I think that Leamington Station was Graham. So, literally, I am going through trying to find places to stay that's in the budget and blah, blah, blah. And we lucked out. We lucked out. A little bit of my I got my first retirement paycheck the other day. I got my second to last regular paycheck today, but I got my retirement check Wednesday, and we just kind of used the credit card and booked everything because we had some sweet deals, but it all fell through, including the room at York. We're still meeting at York. I still have my tickets to York. It's just that we were supposed to have this one room at 1 o'clock. We don't have it anymore. All that fell through. So then, my daughter tested negative for COVID, and she was eligible to drive us over the border. So that problem solved. So we get up Wednesday to fly, and I get a text message at 9 o'clock. Our flight's at 6 o'clock. But at 9 o'clock in the morning, flight canceled. Both flights canceled. Our flight Windsor to Toronto and Toronto to Heathrow canceled. So I call them, I'm canceled. What do we do? Well, we can just give you the same flights for the next day tomorrow, or, for the same times tomorrow. We'll just put you on those flights. Or we do have flights leaving 3 hours earlier. I was like, well, we've got bookings for certain things 3 hours earlier. Well, you'll have to get here at 2 o'clock. I said, well, we can pull out of the driveway at 10:30. It's 9:30 now. We can pull out of the driveway at 10:30. We'll be at the airport about 11:30. Well, you really should be here 3 hours ahead of time. I've flown out of Windsor before. We know how long it takes. Well, things are a little different. Okay, we're good. We got there plenty of time. Got there. We're on the flight. Got our tickets changed over. Smooth. Massive series of thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms blow through and delay our flight a couple hours. Yep. We wound up flying out at the time our original flight was supposed to fly out of. Now, we were supposed to have 4 hours in Toronto. We arrived with 1.5 hours in Toronto. And we had to run through Toronto Airport, get to our flight, and we took off on time. And figuring how crazy everything's been, I expected that plane to crash. Because this trip to the UK apparently was just not going to happen. But it was a smooth flight. We landed. We figured out the subway system. We got here. We found our room. Wonderful people hosting us. And hi to your grandson, antisocial woman.
Hi, Guy. Kisses from Oma.
Say hi to your daughter.
Hi, Lindy. Again, love you, love you, love you.
There we go. So anyhow. Hey, Carl, how are you? So, since we've been at London, it's been brilliant. We're tired. For example, we didn't sleep at all Wednesday, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Through the flight, we arrived. We didn't sleep. So, Wednesday morning we got up and we didn't sleep Wednesday night on the plane over to the UK, and we did 20-some thousand steps plus riding the tube everywhere. We had a hectic day, so we crashed. We went to bed about 9 p.m. last night, and we slept till about 8 a.m. today. We crashed. I'm not even reading the chat. I'm just... Oh, we're spinning again. Oh, no, we're back real quick. We got great sleep last night. We slept really well. It was our first night here in this room, and we slept great. It was great. We slept fine. Like I said, yesterday we gave ourselves our own tour. We rode the tube around and just Okay, here's Trafalgar Square. Okay, here's Buckingham Palace. Here's Westminster Abbey. Here's Big Ben and the Parliament Building. Here's 10 Downing Street. Here's, we went and saw all that. And then we went to, where'd we go last night?
You already said we went to the dinner.
Oh, and then we went out to dinner where we met these two ladies. We went to this restaurant where we got a burger. We went to this, Joyce got a chicken sandwich, I got a burger. And we sat with these two ladies because it's one of those places where there are seats open, So there are these two ladies who live just outside of London, Sally, Diane, and their British Bulldog, Alfred, Lord Tennyson. And they were just the friendliest people. We've been told people from London aren't friendly. We've run into a lot of friendly Londoners. Yeah. It's been great. We Joyce and I make friends wherever we go. Usually, at least we try. Yeah. But yeah, that was great. And we went to a grocery store and bought some foods and staples to do breakfast and whatever we need. And yeah, that was good. And then today, Tower of London and. Yeah, the only thing that we had canceled on us was our city bus tour. We wanted to do the bus tour to go see everything, and then whatever we wanted to see, we'd go back.
We've only got 14,000.
But we have time when we come back to London on the 25th and 26th. We'll have more time to go maybe see a couple other things. Tomorrow is no, we didn't get cheese and why. Hey, Andy T, nice to see you. Everything has gone well now that we're here. Knock on wood. Everything has gone well. Really had a good time so far. We're tired because we've been just walking. Joyce and I walk everywhere.
Jet lag.
And a little bit of jet lag still, but I tend to recover from jet lag very quickly. But we've been walking on cobblestone, and my legs have not enjoyed that. A lot of cobblestone. But we had a Jack the Ripper tour. That was pretty cool. Although the guy that did it runs a few blogs on Jack the Ripper, and he's one of these guys that's into kind of the new conspiracy theory things that have been put by like Mary and so. Ah! Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just knocking everything over. Yeah, a lot of roads have been closed, but that hasn't really affected us. The crowds have affected us more than anything. The crowd, and just they blocked off areas. They blocked off areas that are normally open to the public for special dignitaries and that, like the main parade ground of Buckingham Palace and the change of the guards, that was blocked off. Nobody was allowed in there. So we really didn't get to see the good parts of Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, but we'll be able to go back.
But we'll be able to go back. But again, tomorrow planned is we're going up to Abbey Road Studios. And there's a Beatles museum in there. It's a but we're going to do that. My train from Paddington leaves from platform 8 at Paddington. I got to get from Waterloo Station to Paddington first. I have to take I can take this, what is it, the Circle Line or the Direct Line from Tower Hill to Embankment. Then from Embankment, we catch the Gray Line. I forget what that one's called. That goes out to Waterloo. And then at Waterloo, we catch something to Paddington. At least that's how our ticket is set up. But our train leaves at platform 8 at Paddington. Yeah, it's amazing. I was amazed. Like, for example, Alan Wiles texted us while we're driving. We were on the road, weren't we?
Yeah, we were dashing.
We were driving to Canada, and Alan Wiles tried to call us a video call as like, "Hey, your flight's been canceled." And I'm like, "You guys are paying attention to my actual flight?" Well, we've already been to Waterloo Station once. The Bakerloo line, that was the one we took because there were two options. The Bakerloo was the one. But so when we leave on Sunday, I'll deal with Sunday. Tomorrow is Saturday, and we got one more day to play around. We may go to Madame Tussauds just for the heck of it. We don't know. We might go there. We might go somewhere else. I did have 12 likes. I'm down to 10. Hey, Colin, how are you? Railways run into him and mention him. I had never heard of him. So it was funny. I was just shocked to see people were tracking my flight. I found that amazing. I really found that amazing that people were tracking my flight, that some of you here in the UK were actually tracking our flight. That was just brilliant. Now, Alan, while I've got you here, am I allowed to ask and mention what town you live in Wales? I actually already know, but I don't know if you want that well known on the internet. Because I want to ask you a question about it. I will say that, okay, all right, Ewan, thanks for popping in. I will say that the closest I can get to your house by train is Bucky. Is it Buckley?
Something like that.
I think it's Buckley, not Bucky. Buckley Station. Is that the closest train station to your place? Because maybe I have the completely wrong town. Because I certainly don't want to give away more than that. Because if you're going to let me and Joyce crash your... Oh, no, Prestatyn. Okay, maybe you're not where I thought you were. I thought I knew what city you were in. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, you'll have to tell me your address so that I can get there. Not here, obviously, but maybe you can text it or send it to me if you're going to let Joyce and me crash your place and sneak into the shed. You will come and pick us up. Well, that would be really cool. Joyce and I are quite happy to take a taxi or rob a car, but, you know, I know how to hotwire a car. At least cars before, well, I won't go.
You should stop.
Because we're in a suburb of Bangor called Gwynedd.
He just sent you a message.
We're in a suburb of Bangor called Gwynedd. I'm sure I just said that wrong. I apologize to all my Welsh fans. Yeah, I can't respond to that right now, whoever just beeped me. Because, yeah, I won't say it. I don't want to say anything. I thought you're... But yeah, we're in Gwynedd. Do you pronounce the double D's as sort of like a TH? I just lost my There it is. Yeah, okay, so I'm saying it right. Gwyneth, yay! Yeah, a little bit of circling death there for a second. But yeah, Gwyneth, we're staying right in the middle of Gwyneth. I think we're a 10-minute walk from our train station, the train station at Bangor. Hey, Andrew Turnage, how are you? We're doing great. We've actually had a very good time. We've enjoyed our 2 days here. There's just obviously there's more to do. I mean, we're even on this whirlwind tour we're doing, there are parts of the UK we're missing. There are clear parts of the UK we're missing. And even in London, there's a million things to do in London. All right, Alan. All right. But and the other thing is trying to fit what Joyce and I are really interested in. Because like I said, there was not a huge appeal. We're not royals. So, you got to go see Buckingham Palace. There it is. But, I'm a little bit more onto certain history things. The Imperial War Museum might have been cool. But that would probably require a day by itself, and we just don't have it. Hey, Randall, how are you? I posted some pictures on Facebook of our journey yesterday. I'll post some pictures from our trip today. We did not take many pictures of the Jack the Ripper tour, but we did take pictures of our tour through the tower. Now, again, they didn't let you take pictures inside the royal. They don't let you take pictures of the royal jewels. I don't get why. Are they really worried somebody's going to take a picture of that, go home and make a copy and say, we have the original? I don't get it. I mean, they sell pictures in the books they make you buy, and maybe that's the whole point. But is the royal family that hard up for money that they make you buy their book? Hey, John Dawson, nice to have you here. So we've had 2 good days, and we like our room. It's small, but we knew it would be small. Yeah. Now, in Cardiff, we're renting a house. Yeah. And that house is cheaper than this little room.
Well,
Cardiff versus London.
Right.
So anyhow, how's everybody doing there? I've babbled for a while. 40 minutes. But tomorrow is, as I mentioned, tomorrow's kind of my Beatles day. We're going to take it slow tomorrow because it's our last day in London. And we'll see if something comes up like, let's go here. But we've just enjoyed going down, staring at the Thames River. We've enjoyed going around meeting people. Leamington Station. Am I doing a meet and greet? You'll ring me right after this show. Okay, Alan. Yes. June 22nd at the York Railway Museum. See, I got sidetracked. Originally, they were going to have this one room for us, but I will be at the main entrance at 11 o'clock at the York Railway Museum. And some people have said they're coming in. I don't know what time are people coming in, because if it's a 3-hour ride for somebody, I don't want them getting up at 6 o'clock just to come see me. I mean, if they want to, they can. But they can stand outside and text me. But I thought whoever could meet us in York, come down to York and meet us, and we'll walk through the York National Railway. And you can all geek me out and go, oh, you got to know this about this train, and you got to come over here and see that. But I will be at the main entrance at 11 a.m.
So will I.
And so will Joyce. Joyce will be in the hired car sleeping. No, we're actually staying across the street from the York Railway Museum.
And not too far from.
Not too far from, like a 5-minute walk. So we can get up at 10:30 and be there at 11.
Well, my hair doesn't dry that fast.
Oh, I keep forgetting you and your hair needs drying. I don't worry about hair anymore. Sorry about that, Andrew T. Yeah, we've tried to put it out there. It's still on my last video live stream previous to this one where Joyce and I did a UK. In fact, you don't even have to watch the video if you just go to the, not the comment section, but the description section of the last video. Our day-to-day itinerary is posted there, where we're going to be and when. So, yeah, June 22nd, I'm at the York National Railway Museum. And that's the one big train thing we're doing. Otherwise, we're just going to ride trains. We're doing transport.
No train spotting.
We're not even so much train spotting. We'll be riding trains. We'll be spotting from trains. We'll be watching the countryside from London to Cardiff pass by on Sunday, and then from Bangor to Liverpool. And then we'll see a great chunk of land from Liverpool to Edinburgh. I think that's our longest. Is Liverpool to Edinburgh longer than Cardiff? Edinburgh is Liverpool to Edinburgh, or maybe Edinburgh to York is the longest train ride we're taking. But that's just it. We just thought we'd surprise everybody and go live here for a bit. Again, Joyce is refusing to come on camera unless I turn the camera on here. In fact, I'll just do that here. I'll talk to you and you stare at Joyce.
No.
There she is.
Hi.
Yeah, no, I'm just leaving the camera on you now.
No, turn it.
Nope. I'll just talk. They can stare at you.
No, turn it.
Nope.
Turn it.
Mm-mm.
Turn it.
Nope.
I start whipping stuff at you.
Throw stuff at me. I don't care. They'll see the real you. Don't get...
Because they didn't see you.
See? You think she's a sweetheart. Nope.
Toss it right there. No, somebody didn't want live feed today.
Knock it off. See?
I'm ignoring you.
Now you're ignoring me. Well, Heath, I was debating whether I'd stream or not. I thought I'd do a surprise stream if we got back from our trips today. All these people are saying hi to you. Joyce is not talking. She
Hi,
just...
everybody.
Yeah, I don't think anybody heard that.
I don't think any of that's all right.
Hi, everybody. Oh, although I will say this. Joseph Agliato says, you look younger than ever. All right, John, we'll see you later. Thanks for popping in. We were walking through St. James Park, you know, the road next to St. James Park, the UK people. For those who don't know, St. James Park is this big park that's near Buckingham Palace and all that stuff over where the Queen occasionally lives. And they obviously had the parade, the royal parade, led by horses. So the horses left their remains. So Joyce was, hey, Greg, how are you? Yes, we saw part of that, Andrew T. We were kind of between tall buildings, so we didn't get to see much, but we heard it more. But anyhow, there's, yeah, it is. It's Newcastle United's playing field name is St. James. But, so there was horse manure everywhere. And there's just piles of it because they hadn't quite come through to clean it up yet. So there's piles of horse manure everywhere. And we're walking, and Joyce almost walks into, it's like, Joyce, watch out for the horse, watch out for the horse shit. And she's like, there's horse shit everywhere. And I just immediately go, it's all a bunch of horse poop. So I got to do Smokey. Exactly, Ray. It's all a bunch of horse poop. Horse poop there, horse poop here. It's all a bunch of horse poop. And British UK people and people from all around the world, because we haven't run into too many people from England. We keep running into people from other parts of the world. Oh man, I'll tell you. But anyhow, we got to do so all these people look at me like, why is that guy doing that crazy, bizarre voice? I was hoping maybe one Smokey fan would be there, but, not real good. Oh, spinning wheel of death for a minute. Oh, it's back. Okay. Now, one thing offended us. Two things offended us. So let's do the mild one first. While we're in the Bloody Tower, looking at the couple of torture devices, there's a rack and there's a couple of torture devices there. There's a big banner hanging here. Now, if you don't know, the Tower of London is where many, many political prisoners of the royal family were held. And in some cases, kings themselves, like Henry VI, was locked in the tower when he was under arrest, when Edward IV was king for a bit. The first time Edward IV was king. And he held Henry VI there. But it was political prisoners in the tower. And, most of those prisoners got executed. But when you go into this dungeon of the Tower of London, the Bloody Tower, where some famous people were held, including the two princes, sons of Edward IV, who disappeared, and presumably Richard III had them killed. And Tudor historical rewrites clearly make sure we understand Richard III had them killed. But, truth be told, they were more in the way of Henry Tudor's claim to the throne than they were of Richard III's, because Richard III already had them declared, Parliament, a special session of Parliament, and some royal things actually declared the princes illegitimate and thus not eligible for the throne, and that's how Richard III was able to seize the throne. Now, but anyhow, inside that Bloody Tower, there's a sign that says, "These are instruments of torture that were occasionally used. However, torture in the Middle Ages was rare in England." Is the royal family that paranoid that you might get an actual opinion of their bloody history to literally claim on a big shield in their old castle keep, the Tower of London, that torture was rare in medieval England? Torture wasn't rare anywhere in any time medieval across the world. I found that absolutely hysterical that the royal family makes sure on that plaque.
61 people or something.
Yeah, like we only have evidence of 81 people being sentenced to torture. No, 81 famous people. Torture was rampant and widespread, not just in the UK, but throughout the world. Still is. But the fact that they say that up there, a blatant lie. Torture was... Hey, Jean Ricard, how are you?
Merrily given with a smile.
How they do. So that I found mildly offensive, but we're waiting in line to see the royal jewels, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's a couple behind us who were speaking English and seem to have an English accent. We're not. I think you're highly overestimating the ability of the how'd she phrase that?
You're whatever.
Basically, you're giving too much credit to the American. Your evaluation of the American educational system is over. She basically was saying Americans were stupid. With are both. I just turned to Joyce and said very quickly, wow, as a member of the American education system who just retired, I think I'd be offended when somebody says that about the American education system. They suddenly started speaking French. And then a little bit later on, they started speaking German. So I started speaking German in front of them just to let them know I also understand what they're saying in German. But that was just really, I think you're giving too much credit to the American education system. You know, just very snobby. Now, first of all, there is no American education system. There is not an American education system. In America, every little city dictates what happens in the schools. And I won't go into it. The states, each state kind of sets its own standards. There is no federal government oversight. Federal government only dictates who gets money. It doesn't say you have to teach this or you can't teach that. The government leaves it to the states, and the states mostly leave it. The state sets the standards, and then the local communities decide what textbooks, and that based on what the state allows, what textbooks, and the local communities and boards of education dictate how it's taught. The state might set standards like by 9th grade you have to do this, by 10th grade you have to do this, math, English, science, etc. But it was really, really, really just that really offended us. Here I am, a million miles from home. I just retired from teaching. Joyce is still teaching. And once somebody felt academically as Americans right now, but
we both went through that system.
But Joyce and I both went through an American education system, and we're well-rounded and very intelligent. But be that as it may, that was it. But again, we're having a blast. It's been awesome here. I just don't have trains to entertain you with. I want to have trains for another couple of weeks. But I'm hoping to find a couple of things. DT, in medieval times, it was rare to live long enough to be tortured. See, I can't say the word torture without that MST3K bit. Torture! There will be torture. But what about the torture? And you'd have to know Mystery Science Theater 3000 to even know that and know the episode I'm talking about. So yeah, that is where we're at. And tomorrow is we always give ourselves an easy day the day before we take a train ride. We always give ourselves something easy before we take a train ride. So tomorrow's going to be low paced. Yesterday and today were kind of fast paced. Jean Ricard, you just butt out. You just butt out. In fact, I might be buying a couple of American trains tonight. And one will be Roco and one will be Miraklin. All right, thank you. Hi, yeah, I'm going to log off here because it's getting close to our bedtime, and Alan said he wants to call us here. So, and again, I'm not showing trains, and it's one thing for me to babble while there's trains running. But I just thought I would pop up and say hi to everybody. And that, yes, Joyce and I, but it was crazy. Though the week before we got on the plane was crazy. The day with all the flights being canceled and getting our flight changed and having to drive up to Canada even sooner than we expected. To be honest, we only forgot a couple of things, a couple of little things that we normally pack last, and we were so running out of the house. Did that. So anyhow, since I've been going on about an hour, and we want to get to bed. It is 10 o'clock here in the UK, which is normally an hour before our bedtime, but like I said, I think Alan's going to call. So I'm going to log off here. And just wanted to say hi to everybody and just let you know we're alive and doing well and having a great time. I wanted to share pictures, but again, my OBS wasn't working, so I'm doing this on my phone, which makes it hard. I'm using Streamlabs, and I don't know how to work that all out. So if time allows, I might pop pop this up again next Friday. There might be a chance where on one of these Fridays I might actually have a guest on the live stream. It just depends on what day we hook up with people. So anyhow, I want to thank you people for, it was amazing how many of you actually were texting us about our flight. Are you going to make it? How's your flight? We heard your flight was canceled. I'm like, how do you guys know more about my flight than we did at the time? But you all take care, and we will see you later. As always, Auf Wiedersehen and Tschüss, and happy train.